שוב שלום לכם, אחים ואחיות יקרים.
We're continuing our daily series of messages concerning the pillar of fire, and we're opening our hearts to hear what the Holy Spirit is saying to us. And in this series, we are focusing on the main thing. The main thing is the love. It says that God is love in 1 John. And if we are becoming into His image, then we also will grow in love. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, we read last time that love is patient and love is kind. That's verse 4. Now I want to continue on. Love is kind and is not jealous. Why isn't love jealous? What is jealousy? Envy. That's when I see somebody has something that I want myself. Why does he have it and not me? And if that's what I feel, I don't love him. I love myself. I don't love him. I'm envious of him. I want me to have more than he does. I want to be greater than him. Love wants good for others. If it's good for him, if he's happy, then I'm happy that it's good for him because I love him. I love him. Think about parents, about a mom. What would she not do that it'd be good for her child? What does she do to be good for her little child? She takes care of him. She gets up with him at night. She'll feed him. She'll nurse him, even 3-4 times at night. She'll stand next to his bed when he's sick, and she'll make sure that he's okay. She wants it to be good for him. She loves him. And when we love somebody, we want it to be good for them. And when these children will grow, if they succeed in life, we're happy. We're not jealous of them. Why is she successful? Why is my son successful? And why did my daughter get married to some millionaire? And I didn't. No, of course not. We love them. We are happy. We want it to be good for them because we love them. Love does not jealous, is not envious. And what else is love? Love does not brag and is not arrogant. Why is it not bragging and not arrogant? Because when I lift myself, I do it on account of others. I want to be more important, more higher. I want to be more respected than others. I lift up myself then. It comes out of a place of competition, not from a place that I love them and I want them to grow and be better and be successful. No, it's when I want them to look at me and that I'd be better and I'd grow. That's not love. Love wants the other to increase. It's not nice for people in the society to be in the society of those who just lift up themselves and they talk about themselves in an exaggerated way and they boast about themselves and they lift themselves up. It's really not nice. Not long ago I had a conversation. We're in this time of Corona, and in the framework of my position, I needed to call a doctor in order to clarify the number of patients she had and the number of people in isolation in her village. And so when I called her Mrs. So-and-so, and I represented myself. I told her, I'm so-and-so, I represent myself, and I gave her my military rank. I told her my rank, and she began to get angry at me. What do you represent yourself? What do you present yourself with your rank, but you don't even call me doctor? You know how many years I worked for my doctorate? And she began to get angry and didn't stop talking about it. She fell on me and was getting angry at me, exploded at me. All I was trying to do was to represent who I was out of respect for her, so she know who I am and why even I'm talking to her. It was really not nice to speak with people like that they see themselves like that, and then they blow themselves up, exaggerate who they are. There's a difference between pointing out what God has done into our lives and to testify to Him and His goodness towards us. That's not called being proud. That's called testifying to God's goodness and faithfulness in our lives and to give Him the glory. And God sees the heart. It's a matter of the approach of our heart, the attitude of our heart. So love does not brag and is not arrogant. So now when we look at our same pillar of cloud. Now we looked at the pillar of fire, what the Holy Spirit is speaking to us. But now we look now at our pillar of cloud, Yeshua. We open to Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 to 29. Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. So Yeshua is our example. He is the head of the pillar of cloud. David, the king, and the heroes of the faith, and all the others, they're all in this cloud. But you is the head. He is the author and perfecter of our faith. And he says about himself here, in chapter 11, verse 29, I am gentle and humble. Learn from me. I am humble and gentle. Yeshua says this about himself. It's true. It's not pride. Is Yeshua being proud? Oh, Yeshua, you're being proud. You're talking about yourself and saying how humble you are. What kind of humble person says that? No. Let's not be little children. Let's put everything in its right place. Yeshua is speaking the truth, and what he is saying is true. And he was humble, and he was gentle. Learn from me, he said. And he says there, and you will find rest for your souls. Dear brothers and sisters, when we are stopping our lifting ourselves up and our pride and we want people to recognize us, we could even be very spiritual about it. We can be really proud of our spirituality. Pride has 100,000 faces and they're all ugly. We may even not notice them, but we really need to test ourselves. Do I have an element of pride within myself, in my life? Yeshua says, learn from me, and you will find rest for your souls. Because at the moment when you walk in that path, in humility, you're not lifting up yourself, you're not exalting yourself, then the competition ends. You're not competing with others. I'm walking in God's path. God sees me. What do I have to be proud of before God? I know my limits, my emotions. What do I have to be proud of? I'm a sinner who got saved by grace. That's it. So I have no place for pride. And I'm not trying to lift myself up above others on my right and my left. You do what you want. I'm not great. I'm not great. If God chose me for some kind of a job, like he chose Moses to lead the people, Moses also says he was the humblest of men. And the people and Korach and the others, they began to accuse him of lifting himself up above the others. But actually their motivation was rebellion against Moses and God. But Moses said Moses was the humblest of men. And all those people began to accuse him. And then he fell on his face. So we want to test our hearts. Do I have pride in my heart? Am I in competition with somebody? Because when I'm healed of this, when I let this go, I find rest for my soul. I stop this competition, this running, and I walk with God. Yes, I walk. Yes, I run this race of life, but I don't run this race of competition with him and that other one. So may God help us, brothers and sisters, to walk in love inside of us, especially of this Corona period. When we are together as a family, it's a good time to test ourselves. Because of this closeness, we can find out what's within me, myself. Where do I stand? I want to walk in love and grow in love. So may God help all of us, dear brothers and sisters. We'll meet again as we go on. שאלוהים יעזור לכולנו, אחים ואחיות יקרים, ניפגש עוד פעם בהמשך.